Hello, my name is Iris Henderson, and I will be talking about chapters 1 through 3 for the discussion board post. Chapter 1 focuses on communication, what communication is, how technology is now a part of communication. Things such as social media and social networks are now the way of communication. It talks about how we rely on social networks and social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram to connect with family and friends throughout the world. We even use YouTube to get information. Social media had a part in historic events such as Obama's campaign and the Yes We Can video. It shows the evolution of social media. It also describes how communication helps career development, how we use communication ethically, the components of communication, the types of communication, which are interpersonal and intrapersonal, and lastly, it talks about distinguishing social media from face-to-face communication. Chapter 2 focuses on how perception is the process of personalizing information. It talks about the stages of perception, which is selection, organization, interpretation. It talks about perceptional differences, perceptional set and stereotype, having a determined mindset and categorizing things without knowing about it. It talks about attribution and error, perceiving others about it talks about attribution errors, perceiving others because they are that type of person, per se, perceiving people because of physical characteristics, psychological state of mind, our state of mind. It talks about how cultural background has an influence on our mindset and how gender plays a role in our perceptual state of mind. Also, it talks about the media influences on everything that we think of interpersonally and intrapersonally. And it talks about improving perception competencies and checking our perceptions. It tells us to become an active perceiver, how to become an active perceiver is to seek information, to recognize people are unique. So don't be quick to judge people. Don't be quick to judge people because all people are not the same. One person is completely different from the next person. It tells us to distinguish facts from interfaces. Although someone may seem a certain way, then it may be a complete perception. For example, if a person fails a test, that doesn't mean that they're not a smart person. It just means that they may not have studied enough, or they just may not know the information. It doesn't mean that they're stupid. It tells us to keep an open mind about people and to check out the perceptions. Chapter 3 focuses on self-concept. It shows us how it is developed from values, attitudes, and beliefs. It talks about culture and self-concept. Self-concept forms from a cultural context, which means it's a combination of cultural norms and behaviors. Gender also plays a role in self-concept. Self-fulfilling prophecy and impression management. It talks about how self-fulfilling prophecy is what we expect from ourselves that lead us to act in a certain way. For example, I expect to graduate from college, and I'm going to graduate. Well, for example, if I expect to graduate from college, I'm going to graduate from college. Impression management. It talks about impression management, which is shaping ourselves to influence what people think of us. This would be like, say I'm going to a job interview. I wouldn't go into a job interview with jeans and a t-shirt on. I would dress professionally so that my first impression with the manager or the interviewer would be a professional impression. And it also talks about enhancing self-concept. So improve what needs to be improved about yourself. Thank you for your time.